Yo, what's up? This is Zach Farache, also known as Verzache, and you're listening to the 1,000 Story Podcast.
Hey.
Ooh, break it down.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 1,000 Story Podcast. We are your hosts, Najee
And Luis.
And today, for the third time today,
Take 3. Third time's the charm.
we have a very special guest. His name is Zach Farache, aka Verzache, out of Toronto. Give it up for my man.
Yo, what is up, guys?
So how you feeling?
What's going on,
How you
Verzache,
doing?
man?
You know what? This time I'm feeling better. I feel even better this time. This time around, I'm actually even more prepared. But yeah,
Really?
How are you guys feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling incredible.
Same, man. I'm feeling wonderful. Life is good.
Lovely.
Life
Life
is very
is good.
So, just for our audience out there, we met Zach in Toronto. Najee and I took a trip, and it was I just want to tell a quick little story before you get into it. So, yeah.
Yep, go for it.
What the fuck were we even doing in Toronto?
I don't remember.
I don't remember at all. But we were in Toronto, and I think Najee hit you up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we ended up playing Exploding Kittens in this park
Oh, yeah.
for like an hour or two.
We
Yeah,
definitely
that
did.
was pretty lit, actually.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
met a few different people that time. I was okay. So wait. Okay, let's think of the timeline here. So I was with our friends Marisa and Sarah.
Yes.
And we just met Sarah for the first time as well. So
Yes.
it was just like a big old group meetup of like-minded individuals
In this like random park.
Yeah.
This random park.
I don't even know.
We got food. We got food, too.
We
definitely
did get
did get
food. Yeah.
That's right.
Where did we go?
We went to this like sick. I don't know what it was. It was Asian cuisine, but I don't know what
It was Asian cuisine.
There was a banana involved, a fried banana.
There was a
involved.
fried banana. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that
I
was dessert.
remember.
It was a really good
Yes,
dessert.
It was a super good dessert. I totally remember it because I got something really spicy. And then I was like super excited about the banana because I was like, fuck, my mouth is burning right now.
I remember
Yeah.
you brought your OP1, dude, like that, and that was sick.
Yeah, I was like, it's my travel companion. It's where I sketch, you know? Yeah.
Ideas for
Yeah.
the road.
Little ideas.
Well, I did.
So yeah, go ahead. Give us a little rundown. Who are you?
Yeah,
What are
okay.
you? Where are you from?
So I don't really know who I am, to be honest, but what I do know is I'm Zach Farache. I'm 21 years old, from Toronto, and I was raised here, I guess. I was born in Singapore, actually.
Really?
With my
What?
dad, it's kind of nuts. My dad worked for IMAX in like 1997, I guess, because that's when I was born. But yeah, no, I was born there, and I lived there, I think, for 4 years, maybe. And then we moved to Canada, and then
That's
we got
damn.
Canadian and shit.
Okay, wait. So do you have like dual citizenship?
No,
You don't? Okay.
because I think I would have had to enlist in the army or something like that. It wasn't
It's-
enlisting,
okay.
but I would have to. There's mandatory service, I'm pretty sure.
Have you been back to Singapore since
No,
you were
but
born?
I'm definitely keen on checking it out. I heard it was a nice place.
Yeah, I've heard
You know.
really great things about Singapore.
No, I actually genuinely have. That.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's like for real.
I was watching
clean
a
as
few.
shit.
Yeah.
Super clean, super nice. They're
The
building
buildings
a-
are super cool.
incredible.
Oh, yeah.
They're building.
I saw a picture of like a boat on a building. It looked sick.
Yeah.
It was like, I wanted that.
I wanted it. Like I think they're like on the forefront of design right now. Like besides Abu Dhabi or Abu Dhabi, it is Abu Dhabi.
Abu
right?
Dhabi.
Yeah, I'm not
Abu
crazy.
Dhabi.
Okay,
No, you're good.
But besides Abu Dhabi, like Singapore is
what
like
it's
getting
called.
ready to like set records for like how much architecture is going up right now. Like they're
real?
really
Oh,
building
yeah.
like crazy. So that's wild. Random
did not know
facts.
Yeah,
about-
random facts.
You know
Yeah,
what
dude.
I'm saying?
Honestly, it's probably like a pretty hip place place to be. Like you probably would feel like the energy of just modern architecture and all that.
Yo, how is your music doing in Singapore? Have you checked?
I actually, you know what? I think I looked at my stats and I saw for my new song, I got on New Music Friday Singapore, and I saw that and I was just like, it was like, yo, that is hilarious because I was born in Singapore. But then I was like, oh, that's sick, and then I kind of just forgot about it. But that was really dope for sure.
I mean, I would imagine. And, shout out to the day ones, literally.
That's crazy.
The day zeros.
Shout them out.
That's
Shout
crazy.
out those guys. Yo, thanks for keeping me in a place.
Oh, man. It's probably your family.
Yeah, that was, you know what? That might just be my family. I might have to ask some questions. Anyways, but yeah, so I was born in Singapore, and I've been doing music for, I think, almost 5 years now.
Damn. That's not long at all.
Maybe
Nope.
okay, maybe it was 5 6 years, but yeah, I started in high school in what's it called? I think it was 11th grade. Mm-hmm. So So what? Let me say this. So and all my American friends, they always say, sophomore year and all those things. I don't know what those are called, but in Canada,
freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
That stuff.
Yeah.
But in Canada, we barely say that. Like we just say, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12.
Oh, wow.
And so like
Interesting.
whenever I talk to my American friends, like some of them, the ones I've talked to, most of them, but they've always been like, oh, what? Like, what do you mean? What do you say? Like, why do you say it like that?
I mean, it's weird because I think you go from like primary to secondary school, right? And then it's college.
Yeah.
Or, like how does that work?
It's like, that's the thing. No one really says college. Like college and university are
They're
pretty
different.
much two different things.
They're very different.
Yeah.
It's like, but I've got used to just saying college for everything because all my homies were just saying college. It's like all my American homies are just like college and college. But yeah, most people like a university is totally different from a college. I think in Canada, I can't really point out the differences off the top of my head, but it has to do with like I think one's more hands-on, the college thing.
Interesting. Well, I mean, there's a difference between college and university in the States, but it's dependent on like how many majors are offered within. So like in order to be a university, you have to have like a certain amount of majors, or that school has to have a certain amount of majors offered for students.
Yeah, like the College of Music within this university, or the College of Science and that kind of thing.
That's why you have those Ivy League, colleges.
Yeah.
They split them up.
Okay,
they're
true.
big,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that. But
Speaking of, continue your story. I don't want to interrupt anymore.
No. I was gonna say like the whole normal shebang. I was gonna say like I started in high school and then I guess I continued into college. I went to 1 year to Ryerson University, which is in Toronto. And I did a program I wasn't so fond of. It was like super vague. It was like it's called Arts and Contemporary Studies. So it's just like, what are you doing? Like I was like, I don't know what this is. But I kind of just only did music. And I think that was around the time I found your music, Najee. I found your stuff. Yeah, and because it was that was like I found that was like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I think. No.
Oh, God, wait. So wait, hold on. So I released my first track in like as
Which
Najee.
was Baked Potatoes.
2015, 2016?
Yeah, 2015. It was. Oh,
Yeah.
No, it was the summer of 2015 is when I released Baked Potatoes.
Yes.
So wait.
Okay.
So when did you're saying you found it at that time or like later than that?
I found your music through Fett, remember Fett?
Yeah. Do I know Fett?
Yeah, man. It was that. Dude, that was the thing. Like that was around that time.
I remember that, man. That was the group.
That
was the collective.
That was definitely
man.
like, oh my
That's
gosh.
literally how I found you. So, and I was just making like weird beats at the time.
So Fett, for sure. That was our connecting point. So around that era of just us creating.
Definitely.
Got it. So,
and I wasn't even part of Fett. I was aware of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was trying to get you in there. We were championing for you, but they were like, they were just on some weird shit. I do not know. But yeah,
it's just so crazy.
I was like, yo, we should let Zach into this group. Like, he's dope. And they're like, yeah, for sure.
We'll reach out.
Yeah, no doubt. But like, were you in the? Because we had like a group chat on like Facebook too. Where it was like 50 people.
I wasn't in that.
You weren't even in the damn.
Dude, I was like in the corner. I was just like, let me in. I was just like, I need to join this group of people.
Outside in the rain.
Yeah,
there's a party going inside.
Dude, honestly,
you're just at the window, like knocking.
I was just like at the window with like my laptop. just like
I make beats, guys. I swear. That's wild.
For real. It's funny. It was like I loved the whole thing. I was just like the aesthetic and like the music. And all
was
that.
cool.
But I found you from that, and that's when I was going super hard on beats and stuff. I thought I was like, yeah, this shit is so loud and like dope. I was just like, yeah, this music hits. So it was just loud beats that were distorting, and it was like synths and all that. But yeah, so I kind of just did music all year, and then I finally realized I wanted to do music. So I transferred and went to this school called Music Industry Arts, which was in London, Ontario. So yeah, I went to that school for 2 years, and I just basically met some cool music friends, and we made music, and it was a blast. But yeah,
that's awesome. Is that so? Where are you now?
I'm done now. I'm in Toronto. I'm just I'm living with the parents and making tunes.
Got it.
Damn, that sounds like the dream.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it's just chill. It's just mad chill, man.
So what? Okay, so you have Verzache and Zach Farache. Like, you have both of those projects. Why?
Right. Yeah.
Why?
Okay. Yeah.
Why do you have both?
Okay, yeah. No, that's a common thing, man. It's like I always was like, it's a long story, but it's not even a long story. It's it's actually pretty short. But anyways, it's I was always Verzache. Like, I started as Verzache.
Right.
And I was just dropping music. I dropped only beats, instrumental stuff, like future stuff. And I wanted to experiment with vocals. Like, my friend was telling me you should try doing stuff with vocals. So one day I made this beat, and I was kind of just like, I wanna hum on this. Because I was like
exactly like that too. I wanna
literally.
I wanna hum on this.
That just sounds oddly sexual. Like, I wanna hum all over this.
Like, dude, I really did. I was like, I made this beat, and like, it was chill, and because I listened to a lot of Bon Iver. Like, I listened to that, to Justin Vernon, all that stuff when I was younger. So I always had that in the back of my mind, but I never thought I would make music like that's chill along those lines. But anyways, so I hummed all over that shit, and then I posted like my first idea on a separate. Actually, no. I posted my first idea with ukulele. So I got a ukulele, and I bought it for like $150 one day. Like, I literally just went out and I was like, I'm gonna buy a ukulele. And then I was like, I only had a guitar. It was like, oh, I'll figure it out, whatever. And so yeah, I bought the ukulele. I made this song with a beat I like inspired from all the stuff I made in the past. Like, I used all my beat skills,
knowledge, the wisdom knowledge. Of beats mastery,
beats school,
all the beating you did,
all the
jeez.
And then you gotta beat before you can hum all over that shit.
You gotta beat before you hum. But anyways, anywho.
Great. Oh man.
So,
sorry.
Yeah. I did that, and I basically posted on my, what's it called, on Verzache. I posted the song.
Right.
1 second. Just need to swallow my water.
Of course.
I made a song with Sophie Myers, actually.
Okay.
I made this song called French.
I remember that song.
That was that was it was like my first song I ever did with vocals and ukulele. So I got her at the end of that, on the end of that song, and I put it out. And I remember I was so nervous. I was like, no one's gonna like this. This is just humming and ukulele, and it is sad, and I make future and beats, and no one's gonna I'm gonna die. But I put it out, and then I got a good response, but I still was self-conscious about it. So I made another account called Zach Farache, which is my real name. And then I think it was like one night I took my ukulele out and I made 3 beats I made 1 beat in each day for 3 days.
Got it.
So I made 3 beats, and the first 3 beats you see on that account are all made day after the other. So I just posted them right after. They're all like loops pretty much, and then I just played around with it. But yeah, I did that, and then I just posted, didn't think about it, and then I made like a couple more because some people were like, "Yeah, it's cool," and I was like, "Thanks, I'll try to do more. Thanks." And then I did that, and then I posted that, and I kind of just went back to Verzache, and I was like, I gotta put vocals on my stuff. Because like, you know what, I want to do stuff like that. Like I enjoy this stuff, so I started doing that. And but yeah, so honestly, Zach Farache was an experiment. It literally was just an experiment. Like it's a side project of me trying to figure out how to do vocals. But then I realized after a while, I was like, yo, why do I have 2 accounts? Zach, what are you doing? It's like people are so confused. Like
people don't understand.
So I literally, like, honestly, it was just the most confusing thing. But the problem now is that I don't even think it's a problem. Like, these are good problems to have, I guess.
Yeah.
But people are just like, yo, Zach Farache is sick. Zach Farache is an artist. You know, where did you see Zach Farache? It's like, oh, but I'm Verzache. So it's like a competition with myself. I don't even know, man.
Have you ever thought about merging them together? Like, is that ever a thought?
I thought of that.
Yeah.
I thought of that, but also I thought about it's like I can also play around with this, you know? Like
entirely.
What?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do. I don't know. I thought, what if I did like a live show and then the first act was Verzache?
Yeah.
And the second act,
You come out with a mustache,
a different outfit and a mustache. Yeah. And I was like, I am Zach Farache, and I'm like French.
You're French as fuck. Zach Farache. My name is.
My name is.
Dude.
So that's kind of crazy. Like the fact that you have 2 different avenues for the same thing, essentially. One's it's just one's with Vogues and one's without. You know, and the fact that they're both equally popping. Like you're in such a unique spot. Like how did you?
It's really weird, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like, you know, just how do you feel like you can take advantage of it? Like, do you ever, like, is there anything that you're planning that is gonna, like, I know you're joking about the shows, but like, have you ever actually considered doing live shows, like, with either or?
That's the thing. Like, I am trying to put together a live show. Like, that's the next step for me.
Damn.
It's hard because I'm not a great live performer, but to develop that and to like rehearse and make all that like arrangements for a live show would be really dope. I feel like it'd be fun too, and it's something that I'm trying to put together for this year.
Shit.
Yeah. So it's overwhelming to see the response on that stuff, because it's like some people I haven't even made a song on Zach Farache for like a year now. I haven't posted anything. So, but people are still like just like listening to it like on loop, and I'm just like, bruh, like Well, I don't know what to say.
Why? Yeah, I was gonna ask you. It's like your Spotify stats are crazy. Like, so
they're wild.
For example, like, you know, if you go on, let's visit Spotify right now.
You hit like 1 million monthly listeners for.
Yeah,
right?
for Verzache.
For Verzache.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now? I'm looking at the stats right now. So currently on Zach Farache, we have you're rocking like 504,000 monthly listeners.
500,000
on your slept on project, right? Like the other
people are sleeping on that
right?
shit.
Like for comparison, my main project, the only one that's out, is at like 540,000 monthly listeners. Like
this is just Spotify.
Just Spotify. But like that's just his side project, y'all. Like Verzache itself has an additional 1,017,000 listeners. Like what the fuck?
Man,
like
I honestly
crazy.
I can't make sense of it. I don't. It is crazy, man. I see it and I'm just like. I wake up every day and I look at it. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm just like, what is this, man?
That's incredible
shit, man.
That's so
crazy,
incredible.
Man.
Like, and do you feel like it's because of, like, you know, for me, well, for anybody involved who actually follows you, knows that you are a jokester, you are a clown. Like your brand is just so you. And just ridiculous and cheeky. And do you feel like that plays into any part of like how the music is taken off for you, or are they two separate things? Like, do people following you on Instagram even know that you make music?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I feel that. It's like I feel like there's a certain aesthetic for sure, you know, with the music and maybe the personality. It's hard to look at it from an outside point of view. Yeah. But I try to be self-aware with that stuff and try to understand what the audience is what they're attracted to, I guess. But I think that I just try to stay genuine with it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to like keep it like that.
It really kind of reminds me of like a Mac. I hate to make a comparison, but like a Mac DeMarco aesthetic. Because Mac DeMarco is like crazy jokester and he's just like fucking wild. And
I love that guy, man.
Yeah, me too. And it's like that's his personality, but then you listen to his music and it's like, how's the same dude writing like these sorts of songs?
Oh no, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the contrast. It's like it's perfect. I don't know.
I just feel like it shows like a real human. Instead of like, because we're used to like artists being like, when they release a project, they're like one thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they embody the mood of the album that they're like pushing.
And it's like, that's dope. That is dope. And I love the fact like the artists have their vision and then they have their music and then they want it to be portrayed in a certain way. Right. So they make sure that they're seen online and all the music is seen with a certain with that style, that aesthetic, in mind. So when I guess there's a certain like authenticity with I'm not gonna pretend to be that person that I am in my songs all the time, you know, like because everyone has emotions sometimes, everyone feels a certain way, and I guess I try to keep that in my music. I'm not demeaning the music, if that's a word, I don't know. If I'm not like belittling the like having one mood with your aesthetic, but I struggle to keep one vibe, you know, at all times. It's just like I'm not gonna be like a fashion model and be like glamorous in like every single photo, you know? You know? Like it's hard for me to do that personally. Like I struggle with that. So I guess it's just a natural strive to be different all the time, I guess.
Interesting.
Or, you know what? The same and different.
That makes sense. Yeah. I've actually heard, and I've heard it in a few songs, and don't take this the wrong way, but I've heard that your voice can kind of be similar to Post Malone. Like, do you get that? Have you heard that at all?
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. I wish I sounded like more like him. I mean, just say like his voice is great, but I've definitely gotten that before. I play around with different styles and I try to get like different sounds, and I guess there can be that correlation for sure. Like I've heard it before. Of course. I've been like inspired more by like Bon Iver and like James Blake and like all these like very chill artists. But honestly, I think maybe it's just a a huge collection of these artists that make me sound almost similar to him in some songs. Like it's just I like the style I go for in my head, and I don't even notice it. I'm not even like, when I'm making this, I'm not like, this sounds like Post Malone. Right. Like, it's like, this sounds like Post Malone. Everyone will like it. It's like, when I make the songs, it's just like I made the song and I'm like, nice, this sounds pretty smooth. Like this is me, and I want to put this out because it's accurate. And then people listen to it and they're like, sick, like Post Malone.
Oh no, it's Verzache.
Oh wait, it's Verzache. Never mind. But no, yeah, sometimes I've gotten that before for sure.
Yo, it's kind of funny though, because I actually saw Ones to Watch. Right, recently they okay, so they considered your music anti-genre. Do you know what the fuck does that even mean? Like what the fuck is anti-genre, dude?
That is really, really trippy, isn't it? Yeah. It's like I guess it's like I don't even have a genre. Like
legit,
music, you can't even like.
It's like we can't even place this guy anywhere.
We don't know what this is. No, but no, I've gotten anti-pop before though. Oh, I feel like that I know that's a Spotify playlist, but I've heard people say that before too.
Yeah, but that makes sense though. Like I can understand that because I can see like Tyler the Creator, like also being like anti-pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But anti-genre.
But like also I think that they say like anti-genre with what they had in mind is that I had several types of music in like different styles. Yeah. I think is what they meant. But they kind of worded it in a strange way. Yeah. that was hard, made it very hard to comprehend that's what they meant. But I think that's what they had in mind for sure.
I mean, no, that makes sense because you do have a lot of different influences that you can clearly hear throughout all your music. You know?
Yeah, I try to make like different like dance stuff. I've gotten into hip hop recently, and like I made like chill shit, just like lo-fi stuff too. So I don't know.
Interesting. So mentioning lo-fi, like have you collabed with anybody in that ecosphere of just like, because like lo-fi, chill hop, that's a whole community in and of itself. Like do you
I feel you. It's like, honestly I haven't done any like in terms of lo-fi. I only say lo-fi because people have classified my music as lo-fi even when I didn't really think it was lo-fi. Right. Like when I think lo-fi, I think, like, what is it, 24-hour stream,
right,
hip hop songs to listen to,
songs to study to. That whole thing.
Like I hear like it's just like a sick sample and it's like like shit, like you got like the beat and all that. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I picture, but I haven't made songs like that really, like in my opinion. Like I've just made a lot of future like chill shit that's got like a steady beat and like I don't know, but I haven't done as many collaborations as I had in the past when I was strictly a producer. Like when I did
I was gonna have, like, who have you collabed with?
I've done collaborations with, I'm trying to think about it now because it's been
Sophie.
Like I haven't Sophie, but that's I think I've definitely done, like I did so many collaborations when I started off actually. Like when I when I started with producing on SoundCloud, that was almost all I did. Like all I did was collaborations with just like not local artists, but artists, whoever I found. And over the past 3 years, it's been like all on my own, because I think the reason is because in my mind, I always wanted to make an album that was all like just all on my own, just something that fully represented me. But that doesn't mean I'm not bashing on collaboration. I'm like, I just had this picture in my mind. I was like, you know what? I want to make something that I just was all me and something that's really accurate representation of myself. And I did that with my album Thought Pool. But now I'm getting back into the collaboration realm for sure, because I missed it, and it's so important because you need different perspectives, like a lot. You need a lot of different perspectives when you're an artist, or else you're just going to be caved in to the same ideas and same opinions of your own stuff, right?
100% agree.
Very true.
I was actually gonna ask you, so like, what do you do to like keep your momentum or your own inspiration for your own content going? Because you're right, you know, like you're mainly not out of like spite or anything. You just focused on your own sound. So what do you kind of do to keep that going for yourself?
To keep like the inspiration with my tunes? I feel like I have some sort of idea, like just this you could say vision, but I just have like a feeling about how I want to make my music, and then it also comes with a heap of inspiration and motivation on the music side. And I think the thing is that I started off with like a crazy mindset towards music when I was just producing, and I had, it's funny because I had such a lack of knowledge about music that I almost knew I could do anything, you know? Like I felt like I could do anything because I didn't know what I couldn't or I could do. So I was just like up forever and just playing around, figuring shit out on like Ableton until and I'd make like crazy stuff. I make stuff that wasn't even like rhythmically okay or acceptable. Like you'd just be like, this, I can't even follow this song. Like it's like the song does not even bounce, or like, you know, it's all
this song does not have enough bounce.
I do not bounce. Zero bounce.
Zero bounce. Although that in and of itself, ironically,
is a genre, though.
Is a genre.
Is a very good genre.
Exactly, man.
It's funny.
So it's like I would do shit like that, and I felt like it opened a huge door in my mind, and I was just like, I literally can do anything. And I just, as long as I put a lot of time into what I was doing, I eventually got what I wanted. Like always, every single time. And this was over the first 3 years, I think, when I started. Like that's the mentality I had. And it kind of changed over time because my music changed, and I started doing more vocal driven stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was because now it's a whole other world for me. Like I'm learning a lot about vocals and trying to understand how song structure works, because I'm not just making beats and instrumentals. I'm trying to make full songs, you know, things with hooks and
journeys,
catchy stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, story.
So it's totally different.
Yeah. So your album Thought Pool just came out recently. That was in was it December?
October 19th. Yeah.
Got it. So where did that come from? Because I know you were talking about just continuing it, like we were just talking about your inspirations. What was the process that kind of birthed Thought Pool?
Okay, yeah. I was in my basement. Okay, so let me just give you a small backstory here. So
for sure.
When I first started making music, I only made it in my basement, because I was just always chilling in the basement because the video games were there, you know?
Yeah.
And I always had my laptop there just hanging, and I never really used it a lot. But but sometimes I would just have random like bursts of inspiration to use Ableton and just figure something out. And I would always play around, and that's where I kind of got the motivation thing that I was talking about earlier, where I felt like I could do anything. So I always worked down in the basement, and I spent ridiculous amount of hours, and it was like my place. Like it's where I made my first Zach Farache songs. Like all of them were made in here in the basement.
Is that where you are right now? Are you in your basement?
Yeah, I'm in the basement.
Wow. You know,
do you live in the basement?
Is key.
No, I don't. I literally don't even live in the basement. I just come down here all the time. But but yeah, so it's kind of like a second home, you know. In my home, it's another home. But yeah, so I went to college, right? And I went to college for 2 years. I came back for the summers, obviously, but I spent a lot of time away from home, and I was making songs in my dorm room, and it was definitely a different vibe. It was a totally different vibe. But I came back for this year because I'm done with college now, and I'm just working on music. So in September, I was like, man, you know what? I need to get started on this vision that I had, and like there's a lot that I need to get off my mind, and a lot of like feelings that I've had, and I've bottled them inside me for years. And you know, now that I'm doing vocals, I can actually like, sing and tell my story, like how I feel, and like how I'm overcoming this stuff. But I got back home, and I kind of got right to it with the project. So in the summer, from like the summer till I think late November, I was working on like this project. So I made all those songs. I think it was 8 songs, and I spent a lot of time trying to make sure that everything was segued into each other perfectly. Like it was a good
transitions are
they're key. They're key.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just trying to, you know, make sure everything matched. Everything was how I wanted it, and you know, that perfectionist mindset. And I even looked into how to mix properly, you know, like 'cause I was always like doing things, you know, not very unorthodox in terms of mixing. It was just clipping and stuff, and I didn't really care as long as it was loud and kind of sounded good. So it was like that was my mentality. But I tried my best on this, and I tried to make it good for streaming platforms, and I still struggled with it, but I did what I wanted to, and I did it all in the basement.
Damn. I've definitely seen like in some Instagram videos of you like working on music, but like it doesn't seem like you have like a lot of things that you use.
Exactly.
What do you use? Because I've seen like a mic and some speakers and your laptop.
I'm not even a speaker person, to be honest. Like, I mean, I like to speak. Anyways, but yes, I got the laugh track. But yeah, I know I don't really have any good speakers. I'm a headphone guy, so I just plug my headphones in my laptop, and the mic that I was using for the first year of me doing vocals was a Beats headphone microphone. So it's like the Beats headphones like they use for calls.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was using, and it's because I was like I thought I was like ahead of the time. I thought I was like, I don't even need a microphone. I just use this. Like I thought I was like, that is so sick. But in reality, my ear was just so bad, I could not tell the difference in quality. I was just like, this sounds fine. Like,
this is great. No, but I feel you though, because like when I made 10 Cube, that was like 2016, like the tail end of it. Like I was still using like up until that point, up until like 2017, like mid 2017. Yeah, I was using a blue snowball mic, right, for most of my things.
Right on.
Like $40, just cheapy USB mic. Like let it be known that you can do a lot of shit with a little.
Exactly.
Like, I used the blue snowball to record a fucking amped guitar.
Yeah,
it sounded good.
But even that song 10 Cubed was just with an iPod headset. Like it wasn't even Beats. Like
dude,
it was
I gotta check that out. I gotta check that song out.
Definitely do. Yeah. I mean, no pressure.
Check my shit out.
Take your time. But I feel
like now.
Honestly, it's like, you know, when you can just use what you have and make it work for you. Like, you know, we work within the limitations that you have.
I feel like the more limitations you have, the better. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say the better the music, but it's just like you tend to be more creative.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, because you're focusing on the actual, like the very important parts of making that song, and like the sound, like the quality is not the main focus or not the main attraction. Like you don't listen to it and be like, that is so clean. Like that's not your first thought. Like you think about like, whoa, that sounds cool. Like, you know, it's like the actual sound that you're making. But yeah, so I started with that. I started with just a shitty mic and got my ideas down. And luckily, since it was such bad quality, it was just like people were like, it's lo-fi. Like that's sick. That's lo-fi, emotional.
I'll take it. You know?
Yeah, and like people were just like, he probably did that on purpose. But it's like, no, that's just because that's all I have. And you would hear like the fan of my furnace in the back, and like you can even hear the furnace in an air conditioner in my entire Thought Pool album. You can hear it in the back. So like in not in all the songs, but like some of them you totally hear it. And some of it I made it louder on purpose. Some I tried to keep it quieter. But yeah, no, it's definitely there. And I only have but basically now I used a field microphone. I used a field mic to do all my
one of the Zoom mics.
Exactly, yeah, a Zoom. I had like a Zoom H4n, and I used that for all my guitar, all my vocals for the whole Thought Pool album. And I actually just got a new mic. I got the Rode NT1A, which is what I'm using now.
Literally,
I'm using that right now.
There you go.
Yes, dude. But yeah,
brothers,
that's literally now I'm balling, man. I feel like this microphone is sick. Like I've never heard my voice so clean before.
Yeah, it's a good mic.
So as an independent artist, right? You know, we kind of gone through the process of using what you have, right? And like literally like that slow build of gaining a little bit more of equipment. Like you get used to your sound, you get accustomed to your sound, and you find the limitations of it. And you know, you kind of learn exactly what you need for the next step or where you want to take your sound further.
Exactly.
So do you feel like there are any other pros or cons to kind of like being independent in that sense and like, you know, still being kind of DIY?
Yeah, I actually used to be scared of going to a studio and like having all the access to the equipment, and I was just like, that is so extra, like nobody needs that, like all of that. Like I mean there is, and I was just me kind of being naive, you know. It's like there's a certain level of merit to what I was thinking, but I also think that equipment is also super dope. Like you need to, if you can use it, you can use it. Like that shit will sound dope. But I think that there is definitely a lot with being like being an independent artist. There's a lot that you can do with what you have, and you can make shit sound just as cool, and people will like it just as much, even with if you have like a $40 microphone, like you were saying. Like all of that stuff is just, and there's a certain aesthetic along with it now, because like even if you're like, you know, bedroom pop, like that's a very popular, it's becoming popular, I guess.
Genre,
very specific genre.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a niche, but I think that style, like even having bad microphones might even be better. Like that is better like aesthetic, you know, like why not?
I feel like, I mean, like the audience, your average listener doesn't know, nor do they really care at all, like what equipment you're using. Yeah, they just care about the vibe. As long as the vibe is there, like they don't give a fuck.
It's the end product, man.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. So shifting a little bit to how you kind of like organize everything, or how you kind of keep track of everything. You know, like, so, you know, Spotify, you know, anything that you've put out, like a Thought Pool, for example, like how are you organized business wise? Like break it down.
Like how do I get it up there?
Well, not necessarily. How do you get
like you're an independent business owner essentially,
right? Yeah, right now,
because you're making money off of your music. Like how do you keep your business organized?
Okay. Well, I am a very unorganized person. I'm getting there. Like I have my dad help me whenever I need that help, but for the most part I make the music, and then I just schedule a release date and I put it out there, and I don't, there's not a lot I go into. I honestly, for Thought Pool, I should have reached out to like blogs and try to get like PR. Like it was all things I had in mind, but it was just like, I was just like, I want to get it out there, like whatever. Yeah. I was getting it out there. And that also kind of stems from me being a SoundCloud artist, because once you make a song and you're a SoundCloud artist, you're just like, that is going up there. Like you're just like, I'm putting that right now. Like that is, people are gonna listen to this. Like that's the mentality. But I've chilled on that like a lot, so I'm very proud.
Hey, and we're proud of you. I mean, it's interesting though. Like, that you mentioned that, coming from that SoundCloud era, myself included, how we're so keen on just like as soon as we make it, it's on the web. Like, and it made sense because that's how we consume things. It's like as soon as the idea just pops out,
exactly.
We want to share it with our peers, with the community.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned, you kind of chilled out now. And do you feel like that came out of necessity for people to consume it better, or just out of your own kind of preference to like take time with it?
I think that it came with like the realization that I can have ideas and I can make songs, but I can't just post everything I freaking think about. I can't just if I make it, I can't just be like, this is going up. Like, I don't even care. I'm just putting this now. Like, someone will die if I don't put this up. Like, that mentality is like, I've kind of realized that if you take your time with it, you can revise, you can see what you can do, it might sound different over time, It's like, I'm sure we've all had those days, like musicians have had those days where it's like, you make a song and then you wake up the next morning and it's like, oh, shit. That was
trash.
That was not a good
idea. That was me, right? Okay, yeah, throw it out. Like, it's just like that. I've had that before, and it's not a good feeling. So, I've learned to absorb the music over time and kind of make decisions, more wise decisions, I guess, just based off how the song sounds in my ear holes.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, so like I think it's a good decision because also on the end of the listener, they get a better product in my opinion, and it's also like timed out better. Like, you're not overwhelming the listener with like crazy amount of songs.
There's not as much noise.
Yeah. And also, you get a little bit of they get a little need, like the listeners, like, wait, I waited forever for this, or it's just like I have to wait again for the next one. Like, he's not going to post another one right away. So it's just like, it's all timing and all that stuff. Like, it's all stuff I realized after a while though, because it was this is one thing I've noticed. Almost everything I do is just like unintentional. it's like I always
oh my god,
I always learn the hard way for like almost anything, and then I realize I'm just like, oh shit, like nice, or it's just like or it's just like, oh damn, okay, I'll do that. Like, I guess I learned from that. Like, I'm very so now. I used to hate that about me, that I was just like ignorant. I didn't know things, but now it's like I want that to happen because like I keep learning from it and I keep
that totally makes sense,
getting better. Yeah,
so that's just luck. That's
yeah,
it's beautiful luck. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So what would you say your plans for 2019 are, if you have any? I mean, because I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the Apple came out already, so like, some of us are.
I'm
itching.
Actually, dude, right on. I'm honestly planning on dropping a lot more music this year because
nice.
You
put out January already.
Yeah. I honestly made that with my new microphone with the NT1A.
Nice.
And I literally like I had Christmas in Ottawa, and then which is like 4 hours from Toronto, and then when we came back, I just popped out the microphone and I recorded and made the song in like a couple days, and then I was just like. I like how I'm saying this. I like how I'm saying this after just saying like I wait so long and I revise my songs and I'm very good with
the irony.
Yeah, but I literally just did it. But I never do that. For the record, I never do that. Okay. No.
Except for this one time.
Except for this
and
one
every other time before Thoughtful.
Oh my god.
It's incredible.
Man, but yeah, I kind of just dropped it. Like, I literally just posted on SoundCloud at like midnight, like 10 minutes after midnight. I was like, I'm posting this, and I just submitted it to like Spotify after, and then
the whole process. So, do you plan on having any more surprise? I feel like there's definitely gonna be some surprise drops, just spur of the moment things that happen.
Yeah, because you know what, I feel like I have more time, and I'm going to. I love I love making shit, and you just like, you know what, this needs to go out soon. Like, I'm obviously not gonna drop things every 5 days or like, but I'm gonna make more consistent, because sometimes I've waited like 2 or 3 months before posting a new song, and then I would kind of think to myself like, maybe that was very long. like you know, like maybe that was a little bit
I don't know, man. Long. Some artists like will wait like Tame Impala right now hasn't dropped anything since 2000.
It's been a minute.
It's been like 2015.
But I feel like it's different because they are, you know, Tame Impala, you know, they're big, they're huge, so they can, and they also tour, right?
True.
So he hasn't actually toured. He's had a few dates recently, but he hasn't toured since the end of the Currents tour.
The music has just kind of been able to sit for a minute.
So it's been like since 2000, probably maybe the beginning of 2017.
That's wild. Yeah. But I mean, like when they do drop something, like when Kevin Parker does that, everyone's gonna be like crowd swarming like zombies. It's just be like, people are gonna love that. I already know, because they can't fall off. Like Tim Paula, I don't think. No.
But I mean, also he's trained his audience to expect that. Same as like Frank Ocean.
True.
You know, like Frank Ocean was like, I'm gonna put the next album out, but y'all gonna have to wait for it. Like, for real. I need to live.
We're still waiting.
I mean, we are. But you even then though, like everybody knew, like as soon as he dropped it, then he dipped from the internet, like right after that,
like real hard.
So it's interesting. It's like, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, it's like it's sick, but it's like only a certain type of artist can do that stuff. Like it's very, I feel like you need a certain type of character, and you have to have a certain type of music to be able to be like an audience, of course, just to be able to do something like that. And it's so dope, it's so sick, because then they're just like, this is incredible,
my
like
masterpiece.
Exactly, man.
That's crazy. So I mean,
it is.
Wow. I mean, we've covered a lot here, but you know, is there any where I know we can find you on Spotify, clearly, and SoundCloud, but where else can we find you? Like, where can we find
me on the streets?
The streets of Toronto.
Streets of Toronto. Probably chilling, eating some Doritos. No, you can find me on Spotify, Instagram, at Verzache, VERZACHE, Maine. So it's MANE. Verzache Maine.
VERZ.
That's a play.
That's such a Canadian thing.
That's such a Canadian thing.
That's such like a European thing.
Yeah.
Like
I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot my American
at least you're
etiquette.
not like Britain, where they say H.
Wait, what?
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
That is very wild.
For what?
So for the letter H is A B C D E F G H. Yeah. Like remember when we had our one of our friends come over who was visiting from Britain, and she was describing her old work history, and she was like, I work at HP. We're like, I was like, wait, pause.
HB.
What are you saying? What,
man.
Packard? Like, it's like, it's like, you remember that one episode of Family Guy was Cool Whip? And that's how I felt. What are you saying? It's like, say it right. It's like, Cool Whip.
It's okay. In Honduras, when you watch HBO, it's like, estás viendo HBO. And it's just like, whoa. Why is that
Holy
shit
moly. That's kind of dope.
It's super hard.
It's super hard. But anyway, not to detract from your social. So Verzache Maine, VERZACHE.
Yeah, no, that's it.
MANE.
So I'm gonna say Z from now on. Are you happy?
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I just feel more comfortable in this conversation now.
Now I'm a little bit more at home.
Well,
but
thank you, man. I mean, we appreciate you coming through and talking about the album, just talking about your lifestyle and how you kind of how it all works for you, man. Like, and obviously, we wish nothing but the best for you. And we're here. You should definitely come through to Erie.
Thank you for having. Thanks for having me. Thank you for having.
Oh man, it's been a pleasure, and it's continually been a pleasure.
But seriously, since you're not in school anymore, you should just roll through. We're only like 3.5 hours away.
Dude, I will pull up
to the 1,000-story household. But is there anything you...
That is a tall house.
It's a very tall house. It's 1,000
huge.
stories.
It's
1,000 stories.
Is there anything else you wanted to leave the audience with before we depart?
Yo, thank you for listening. This is Zach Farache, calling it with Luis and Najee, and we're kicking it, and we love you. Make sure to listen to music late at night with rain, and listen to us.
Beautiful. Listen to the 1,000 Story Podcast.
1,000 Story Podcast at 9 p.m. at night with rain.
With rain.
In the car.
Specifically.
With rain.
Oh, man. Well, we appreciate you, Zach.
Much love to you, man.
Thank you.
For real.
And,
of course.
Take care. Bid you adieu.
Take care, boys.
We'll catch you soon. I'm going to fade you out here, and we're going to have a little outro so we can tell you where to find more of the episodes and describe what's coming up next. Unless you want to join us. Do you want to guess on what's coming up next?
What's coming up next?
Okay, so, Louise, what's our next episode?
Oh, fuck, man. He drops this on me every episode.
I have to.
All right. Next week, we're gonna talk about how to dispose of a dead body in hydrochloric acid.
I'm staying tuned.
That was, it's 1,000 stories. We gotta hit the murder mystery target, the demographic.
You guys.
So thank you guys for listening.
That's how we get going.
It's been an absolute pleasure having Zach on the podcast. If you want to find more episodes, feel free to go to 1000story.co/podcast. We'll be up. We are up on YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, every single podcast platform imaginable. So find your one and stick to it and follow us. If you have any questions, any comments or concerns,
burning
or
desires,
feel free to hit us up on socials as well at 1000story_. That is an actual underscore, not the word underscore. So 1000story_. And if you want to find us, me individually, that's I'm Mr. Najee Boy. That's MrNajiBoy.
And I am at El Pontillo, ELPONTILLO.
And Zach, one more time, where can we find you on socials?
You can find me on Instagram at Verzache Main, VERZACHE MANE. I said so again. No. And you can find me on Twitter at Verzache, VERZACHE.
Damn.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, ladies, gents, and others. This has been a pleasurable episode, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Yeah.